There is a time to love, and there's a time to hate. There's a time to hug, and there's a time to refrain from hugging. There's a time to laugh. There's also a time to cry. Life is in times and seasons. There is a time where you should not allow the love you have for something or for someone cloud your judgment. When you are in love with someone, deeply in love with someone, there are times you may not be able to see that even though you love that person, you can't go on with that person. Because if you do, the lives that are attached to you will be destroyed. So, the topic before us today, what do you do when your love for something or someone is clouding judgment? Sometimes withdrawal from what you love or who you love is not hate. It's just you securing a purpose. It's just you securing what God has placed in your heart. There was this king, a great king in the Bible. His name was King David. He loved his son so much. His son's name was Absalom. But apparently, this his son Absalom has chased him out of the throne. That a whole king now lives in caves, running helter-skelter from his own son. It was so bad that the son was ready to kill his father David and take over the kingdom from him. So, information got to the father that this his son was coming to battle against him and his men. Initially, the father wanted to accompany his own armies to fight. But his workers told him that, King, you can't follow us for war. Because if they see you, they will abandon all of us and come after you. Because only you, king, you are better than 10,000 men. Do you know that your life is too small to be the purpose for your life? See, some persons are just only them. They are living for themselves. But you, the Lord has attached people to you that are looking up to you, that other people are also looking up to them. And other people are also looking up to them, that are looking up to them, that are looking up to them. So you being alive is a big deal because community lives are attached to you. So in 2 Samuel chapter 18 verse 3b, they told the king, don't follow us for war. And they said, but now thou art worth 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that you don't come with us for war. So the king said, fine. I know you are going to war against my son Absalom. But please don't kill him. You can kill the armies around him, but don't kill him. How many of us are like that? You love a woman so much, but she's draining your finances. She doesn't want you to save. She doesn't want you to become. She disrespects you publicly and secretly, and you're in love with her. And yet you can't see the bigger picture. People around you can see that if you go on with this woman, if you get married to this woman, you are going to have mental instability. But because you're in love, your love has clouded your judgment. Or you are a woman, you are so in love with this man, and the man does not call you. In a month, he doesn't dial your number. He does not even remember your birthdays. He does not share moments with you. And you are still saying you are in love with him. You can't see because love has clouded your mind. I pray for you that this message will open your eyes. And you're going to pray a prayer. I'm going to pray a prayer with you. Towards the end of this message, stay with me. that the Lord will raise a man like Joab that will see beyond the love you have for an enemy and will be able to help you. Or you're in love with cigarettes or with smoking all kinds of smokes. Meanwhile, your destiny, you're going to be a president, you're going to be a senator, you're going to be a leader, you're going to be a great man, a great woman, and that cigarette will gradually destroy your lungs. And when it is time for you to become what God wants you to become, your health will not be able to carry your life body. But you're in love with cigarettes and you don't want to stop it. I pray this message will help you to break bad habits. Maybe you're in love with talking against God. You don't send him. You don't send God. You feel you don't need him. Meanwhile, you actually need God because you are the one that is going to save a particular community. You are the one that will save them from destructive habits. You are the one that will save that community that they normally rape their mothers, they rape their sisters. That dirty lifestyle, you are the voice that that community will listen to because you have been trained among them and the Lord wants to pull you out because you know their looks and crannies. But you are saying, I am in love with not being in love with God. Think about what your voice can do if you choose to be on the Lord's side. Since you're already respected in the society, think of the bigger picture of what you using your voice for God's kingdom can do in stopping calamity. If calamity has not touched you, you won't know what it is. I am a victim of a daughter that I am that lost her father through kidnapping. So I've tasted pain. If you've not tasted pain, that's when you would not know that people are in pains and they need your voice to take them out of pain. So don't say my life is just me, myself, and I. No, your life alone is like 10,000 lives put together. So what happened? David was begging his name in verse 5 of 1 Samuel chapter 18. David said, and the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, deal gently for my sake with the young man, even with Absalom. And all the people heard the king gave all the captains charge concerning Absalom. This is a child that has practically sent the father out of his kingdom. The king was not sleeping inside caves. The father's love clouded his judgment. The father's love clouded his judgment. So, a young man now found David's son while they went for war. And he refused to kill him. Although the son's hair was long, so the hair got stuck on a tree branch. So a young man saw the Absalom and refused to kill him. This Absalom has made David and all the armies, imagine great armies living inside caves. They all ran. The boy frustrated the kingdom of his father David. So, in verse 10 of 2 Samuel 18, a certain man saw it. He saw Absalom alive, but his hair was tied on a tree. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. And Joab said unto the man that told him, and behold, thou sawest him, and why did thou not smite him to the ground? I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. And the man said unto Joab, though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet would I not put forth my hand against the king's son. Oh. For in our hearing, the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, beware that none touch the young man Absalom. There are some commands you are not supposed to listen to when the person that Your destiny and the destiny of your children and your generation is attached to the person's being alive. There are some commands you are not supposed to obey as long as you need to protect that person's life. Oh, no, I can't. If my brother does not drink, he'll be angry with me. And you know, if your brother keeps on drinking, he's not going to live long. He's destroying his health. The Bible said, oh, Lemo is my son. Strong wine belongs unto those that perish. It's not for kings. Your brother is perishing drinking. You don't want to stop it. You're even the one buying him those things. And your life is attached to your brother's life. You know that if your brother goes down, things will not be okay for your family. And you are folding your hands. I don't want to displease my brother. Or your brother is dating one girl. And you can see the girl is wrecking your brother. The girl is not allowing your brother save. It's not allowing your brother business to prosper. You cannot go and find how to let me not talk. You know what I mean? Guard the people that carry your destiny in their lives. So let's go on. In verse 14 of 2 Samuel 18, then said Joab, or rather verse 13, otherwise I should have wrought falsehood against my own life, for there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself would have set thyself against the king. In verse 14, then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. I don't want to waste my time with you. Joab told the young man. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. And 10 young men that bare Joab's armor compassed about, and they killed Absalom and slew him. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, for Joab held back the people. I pray that God will raise men like Joab for you. When love is clouding judgment in your life. And so when he told King David that his son Absalom that he loves, that has sent him out of his own kingdom, was dead, David started to cry. David started to cry. So let us see 2 Samuel chapter 19 verse 4. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, oh, my son Absalom! Oh, Absalom, my son, my son. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants. People are looking up to you. Don't shame their faces. Anything that you are so much in love with, or any person you are so much in love with, that is making lives attached to you waste, think again. That is your litmus test to know the difference between love and wisdom. When you can't see clearly through the eyes of love, then you see clearly through the eyes of wisdom. Joab said, thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day have saved their life, and the lives of thy sons and of thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines, in that thou lovest thy enemy and hated thy friend. When the love you have for a thing or a person is ruining a bigger picture of the positivity of the lives and destinies attached to you, just know that who you are in love with, what you are in love with, is an enemy. Joab talking to King David in 2 Samuel 19:6, we continue reading. In that thou lovest thy enemy and hatest thy friends. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princes nor servants. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived and all we had died this day, that it had pleased thee well. Now therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto thy servants, for I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not tarry one with thee this night. And that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate. And they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king doeth sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. I pray for you, I pray for myself, that God will raise men like Joab, that will be able to bring us back to our senses when we are clouded by who or what we love. I pray that those so-called loyal friends that are loyal to you even when your life is to be taken out of you by what you love or by who you love. I pray that those so-called loyal friends, that God will bring Joab that will be more loyal indeed to ignore them and go for the neck of your enemies. There are friends that are praying for you. There are friends that are watching your status. And they are telling you what you are posting is antichrist. What you are posting is wrong. Those are your Joabs. There are friends that are telling you that this boy you are working with every day is not good for you. Those are your Joab. Even though you are being clouded by love. Love is a beautiful thing. But you don't get it twisted. Love is a beautiful thing, but you don't get it twisted. There's a letter to a woman. Letter to a woman, and let me read it. Love is powerful, but if you are not careful, it can make you protect the very thing destroying you. Some women keep holding onto a man simply because of history, emotions, promises, marriage, children, or fear of starting over. It keeps lying, keeps hurting her, keeps draining her peace, keeps breaking her confidence, keeps pulling her away from God, purpose, and happiness. Yet she keeps defending him because I love him. Meanwhile, her joy is dying silently. Her children are watching pain become normal. Her dreams are fading. Her health is suffering. And the woman she used to be is disappearing. David loved Absalom deeply, but Joab reminded him that while he was emotionally attached to one person, many innocent lives were being affected. Many women today are carrying emotional burdens that are slowly destroying their entire future. Not every relationship must be saved at the cost of your peace. Not every person deserves endless access to your heart, and not every goodbye means you are wicked. Sometimes wisdom demands distance. Sometimes healing begins with letting go. Sometimes saving yourself and your children is more important than protecting someone who keeps creating destruction. Love should not make you lose yourself. Beautiful, right? Let me read the one for men. Yes, let me read the one for men. Dear man, one of the hardest lessons life will teach you is this. Love can cloud judgment. A man may love a woman so deeply that he begins to ignore the damage happening around him. She disrespects him publicly, manipulates him emotionally, fights everyone who genuinely cares about him, drains his finances, destroys his peace, and pulls him away from purpose. Yet he keeps defending her because I love her. Meanwhile, his business is collapsing, his children are suffering, his mental health is breaking, and the people who truly stood by him are slowly walking away. This was the pain behind David and Absalom. David loved his son so much that he nearly forgot the soldiers who fought and bled to save the kingdom from destruction. Joab had to remind him that one destructive attachment could make him lose everything else. Many men today are losing kingdoms because of emotional blindness. Some lose careers trying to please the wrong woman. Some abandon purpose of unhealthy attachment. Some become isolated because love made them ignore wisdom. Some keep carrying people who are secretly destroying them from within. A real man must know what emotions, a real man must know when emotions are becoming more powerful than discernment. Because sometimes saving your future may require letting go of someone your heart still loves. My name is Aleladia. I am a messenger and an errand runner from Jesus Christ unto you. God has spoken once. You should hear twice. That is God that created both love, wisdom, judgment, and discernment. I'll definitely see you at the top. God bless you. Shalom.